out in hip hop. I am very, very pleased with this. TJ Holmes, Big Frida, Karamo, Sia, or Saya, I think that's her name. Fly Guy, Red, Fly Young Red, Miles, Mylon Christopher, and a couple of other people that were on there. Um, Lil Fizz, who else was it? Ray J. I was just very, very pleased. Very, very pleased with this episode. Well, this special. It was everything to me. It talked about a lot of issues that needed to be talked about in the black community. And a couple people were kind of upset about, they were switching back from the black church to hip hop. And to be honest, considering that, how big this was, I'm glad they talked about the black church and hip hop. I'm glad they talked about it, because when will we get a chance like this ever again? When have we gotten, when has we have, somebody like for Ray J to be on there and Little Fizz, two men who I would think will be kind of homophobic, considering what I heard about, some of the cast not wanting to film with Miles and Mylon Christopher. So I'm glad that we talked about everything. This was everything to me. Karamo really surprised me. I remember growing up and watching Karamo on The Real World, and he was unlike any gay person they have ever seen. He was black, and he was masculine, and he was gay, and they just didn't understand. I think he was bisexual or something. They just didn't. That was like the beginning stage. I was just like, okay, and like someone said, your mother parents taught you about racism, about all this type of stuff. But it's something different to be taught about the gay, being gay or being comfortable with yourself. I feel like the next generation and generation, therefore, are going to be the ones who are going to be more comfortable with themselves. I'm just very happy. I don't think no one understands what this meant to me, because I've been having conversation. I did a video on those two women who looked in disgust when they seen Mylon Christopher and what's the name, Miles and Mylon Christopher. I mean, a lot of people were kind of, not a lot of people, a couple people were upset, and they were just like, Justin, why are you so pressed? It's not about me being pressed, and I've said this so many times, and I don't know how many times I got to tell people that I don't. When I do a video, that's me putting it all out, and I'm just done. After that, I move on and I take my ass to bed. Bitch, when I got done with it, I finished my roast. I cooked the pot roast, mashed potatoes, green beans, and what else did I cook, child? Homemade mashed potatoes, too. I cooked something else. I can't think of what, green beans and something else. There was something, and broccoli. I just cooked the whole dinner. Like, I ain't have time for this shit. So, but TJ Holmes did a good comment. He did a good job of narrating and keeping it back and forth. Big Free was on there. He was talking. I was just so happy to see, so many different faces, so many walks of life. And this is why when I get on web series, and y'all know I'm supporting my favorite web series, No Shade. Check them out. They're very hilarious. I love them. I love the creator. I love the actors. I love everything about No Shade. Because I feel like a lot of people are not going to tell our story. Like it's three different levels. You have white supremacy, and I feel like you have a little bit of black supremacy. And black people, I'm not saying all, but some of them are just, it's a lot of them that are just not here for black gay people, period. LGBT, period. And I grew up around black people all my life. So to me, you can't tell me, how people are. I've experienced it. I'm not saying all of them. I never have said that. I've met some black people who are very, very supportive. And I have met some people who are very homophobic, and I heard what Fly Guy Red said that, he was rapping about throw that boy pussy, and he was making music for what's his name. And he stood firm in his word. He did. He created the music, and the music was, it was gay. He didn't change the words on it. That's what he did. And I don't think I didn't like about the video is that they asses were ashy and then they ain't had no booty. But Fly Guy Red or whatever, I'm here for you. I'm here for you, telling your story. And just him saying that people want to kill him just for making music. And that stuff is real, because when I did the video about Raven-Symoné and the ghetto comments and stuff, people couldn't even concentrate on what I was saying about Raven-Symoné and how disgusted I was. They were more concerned about my sexuality. I don't even think I talked about me being a gay black man on there, or being gay, period, or said anything about having sex with men. And they took that. It's just like they took that and ran with it. It's just like, what is the problem? And then I can't remember who it was made a good point that disrespect is power, and it is. It's like I have to beat you down, and I'm like, where does that come from? I want to know the inside of what is the problem with that, with some of us. Why do we feel like we have to talk down? Why do you feel like you have to call me a fag and I'm a all this type of stuff? Is that give you power? I mean, what is that? I really want to understand, and that's why I almost look at it like, whenever I get a heterosexual male to watch me, it's like a Grammy to me. Now, it's like a Grammy, it's like an Emmy, because Emmys and Grammys are not really given to black people like that. We've just now getting to the point that we're getting some with the Emmys. I don't know about the Grammys. But it's just like, we know who you are, but we're not going to acknowledge you. I'm not going to watch you because you're gay. Even though you might be funny as shit, I'm not going to watch you because, you smack and, you snap your fingers and you act like a woman, and all that type of stuff. So, it was just everything. Good conversations. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but then I noticed a lot of things that were going on. I noticed a lot of self-hating gays on my timeline. Somebody was just like, there's a problem with, some men is that, when a straight man tells you no, you need to take it as a no. I'm just like, girl, where is this coming from? Where did that come from? Like, some of y'all just said some real idiotic ass shit, and some people I had no problem with Karamo was saying. I had absolutely no. Matter of fact, I unfollowed somebody for talking bad about Karamo, because Karamo, he basically said what I said in my video. We don't need your acceptance. I don't need your acceptance. I don't need it. And I cannot stress that enough. And somebody said, why? If you're not pressed about it, why do you keep talking about it? It's the same way with Black Lives Matter. I'm going to keep on telling you that we fucking matter. I'm going to keep letting you know that, so you can, because obviously it's not grain inside your head, so I have to let you know. And the struggle is about the same. I'm going to tell you, it's the same. And, somebody they talked about how many trans people we have lost this year. It's truly sad. It's truly sad. And some people say, well, no, some of these trans women got killed because they were trying to, pretend to be a man and all that stuff. And I'm just like, okay, if you really think about it, it's almost the same as saying, well, he should not have been, reaching for his gun, and I don't understand how some people can't make that assessment, because I look at it as the same. I look at it from both sides. Okay, you sounded just like the other people saying stuff like that. I mean, no one deserves to die. Nobody deserves to die, and you can't create life by yourself, so you should not be able to take nobody's life. And there are some gay people who have been killed based on them just being gay. Do you not just believe that a trans woman has been killed just for being a trans? You don't think that shit is real? Black people are killed just from being black. So you think that you don't think that applies to somebody who, some people don't like what they don't understand. And I had a conversation with a family member today, and we talked about, boys wear dresses and all that type of stuff. And I just think in the next couple of years or so years, that none of that stuff is not going to matter. I don't think it's going to matter, because truly nobody will give a damn. And we're getting to the point now where a lot of young people in these next generations, they're not religious. They're following the Bible and, all types of, other religions. But they're just not in it, because we're becoming a society now just like, religion has caused so many wars and so much destruction. It's just like, girl, why? Why? And this is not what this is supposed to be. God's supposed to be a loving God. It's supposed to be a loving God. Should nobody, even if you believe that homosexuality is a sin, I'm glad that pastor made a good, when he talked about it, he was just like, that is cherry picking. And that's my thing at the end of the day. You believe what you want to believe, but to me, if either you stand for what you believe, or you don't stand at all. You cannot sit up here and tell me that my lifestyle is wrong, that I should not be a gay black man, and I choose this life when you have your child has had sex out of wedlock, has 3 different kids, you're wearing mixed fabrics, you're eating pork. It's just, I don't understand that. To me, if you're going to sit, be by the book. That's just like the military. That's the main reason why I got out, because they will only be on black people's asses about certain things, and it wouldn't apply to, some of the Caucasian folks. And that's why I got out of the military. Just too racist for me. I had to leave. I could not take it anymore. I would have lost my mind if I would have stayed in. That's why I got out. I could not take it. So, and it's just like when I was overseas, I had to be something that I was not. Sometimes I could not, be like, I'm on phone with my boyfriend, or I could not say that, because it was a chance that I can be probably put out by saying that. I thought about that a lot. I thought about that a lot, and then somebody asked me, Justin, what do you say, about coming out? I came out 2 times when I was 14, like 14 or 15 years old, 15 to 16. Somebody asked, why did you come out twice? Because out of those 2 times, I tried to pray the gay away. I tried to, I'm not going to do this and all that type of stuff, and I'm going to fight it. But I had to realize within myself that these are natural feelings. And I know that might have hurt some of you all, you very religious people. But it's not for you to shove nothing down my throat. I'll be very, very nice. Trust me. When it comes to religion thing, I am very, very nice. And if I was to say some of the things I have conversation with some of my friends, I would offend a lot of people. And I have been very, very nice. Very, very, very nice to some of you all. But some of y'all just do not want to respect what I believe and what I am. I'm not asking for your acceptance. Okay? If I'm not coming here and shoving stuff down your throat that I can prove with facts, don't try to shove nothing down to me. Don't respect everybody. And that's all I'm asking for at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you should not be denying anybody's rights based on anything, sexual orientation, color, religious beliefs. You should not be denying anybody anything. If I want to worship a damn comb, I can do that. I should be able to do that. So back on this, because I went all off tangent. This was really, really good. And I might do another video on it, because I really liked it, and it was an hour long. I'm glad we got a full hour of it. I felt like it could have been a part 2. It could have been some more, but this is the start. This was really start, and Miles and Myla Christopher really, really served it this episode and opened up that conversation about being gay. And to some of young gay youth, it is a struggle coming out. I was threatened to be put out when I came out, because it was just not of God to my parents' eyes. It was just not. They didn't understand it. And when someone said it's like a white man's disease, yes. Some of it, because they look at it as being weak. And like black people don't go through that. And that's a problem that we have. Like that's even with death and suicidal thoughts and mental issues. I don't know why we have to feel like we have to be so strong. And like, can't nobody know our business, or we're going through something. I guess because we've been so oppressed so bad, and we've been through so much, that we feel like we have to remain strong and not bothered. And it's okay to tell somebody that you're hurt. It's okay to tell somebody that you have had, it's okay to go see a therapist. It's okay to go see a psychiatrist. It's okay to go to the doctor and get checkups. There's nothing wrong. We're all human at the end of the day. You are breakable. You are not Superman. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to. And I feel like that's what hurt some of our fathers and our mothers, They feel like they got to be so strong. Because my mother feel like that she failed as a mother because I am a gay black man. And she just felt like she failed. And I'm like, Mother, you did not fail. Parents who have gay kids, you have not failed. You have not failed at anything. If your child does anything, don't stop blaming yourself. You did the best you can do. You did the best you could do. And I'm going to get into the point now. I moved to talk about issues like this a little bit more. I think it might keep a little people pressed, but we'll separate the ones who are living for Justin and who will not. Because I get tired of hearing people say, I live for you, Justin, but when you talk about gay issues, I don't want to hear about that. Take all of me or none. Thank y'all so much. I'll talk y'all later.